Think positively. When was the last time you tried playing basketball? If you're like most Americans, you probably played hoops at least once. Now imagine yourself dribbling and stepping near the line and then taking a shot. Pretty straightforward, right? Well, imagine thinking to yourself that the ball is not going to go through the hoop. You're assuming the worst. You're assuming an air ball. You're assuming that you're going to shoot a brick. Whatever it is you're imagining, it's not going to end well. What do you think happens to your chances of making that shot? Well, it should not be a surprise to anybody that you miss every shot you take. You see, your performance in anything in your life is closely related to how you choose to think about your prospects. If you have a very pessimistic view on how things will turn out, then don't be all that shocked when everything you think about becomes some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think you're not going to make that shot, your emotions are in a certain place. You start doubting yourself. Before you know it, this has a tremendous impact on your actual physical performance. Maybe you don't aim the shot properly. Maybe you take the wrong body position. Whatever the case may be, the ball doesn't go through the hoop. Now, apply this to all other situations in your life. It fits hand in glove. How you choose to think about situations in your life has a very important role to play in how things turn out. In fact, according to a research from the University of Michigan published in May 2005, one's levels of mental positivity correlates with the amount of willpower they have available to them to do important things. This is crucial. In the Michigan study, students were shown short film clips that either created feelings of joy, contentment, or neutral emotion. Other groups were also shown film clips that triggered negative emotions. After seeing all these images, the participants were given a piece of paper that started out with the phrase, "I would like to." It turns out that the students who were shown negative images showed the least number of plans. On the other end, people who were shown images of contentment and joy listed out longer plans. In other words, when you experience emotions like love, contentment, inner peace, and joy, you're more likely to see the possibilities of your life. You're more likely to see things as open-ended and full of adventure and possibility. In other words, you're more likely to take action. You're also more likely to tap into your willpower to make things happen. This is crucial to building self-control. When you have a positive mood produced by a positive state of mind, you're more likely to roll with the punches when you are confronted with setbacks. Make no mistake, as you seek to build self-discipline, you will be hit by setbacks. It comes with the territory. While the previous technique teaches you to be prepared for such setbacks by preparing if-then statements, you need willpower to turn those statements into reality. You need willpower to overcome challenges. This is very hard to do when you have a negative mindset. This is almost impossible if you are upset or in otherwise a very negative mood. Step-by-step guide to thinking more positively. Step number 1, start your day with positive affirmations. Tell yourself that today will be an awesome day. It's not enough to call it a good day. It's going to be an awesome one. At first, you probably won't believe yourself. It just feels like you're going through the motions. But when you allow yourself to focus on the statement, "This will be an awesome day," eventually your mind will start making associations. It will start achieving certain things during the day. The positive association is made. The next time you repeat your positive affirmation to yourself, it starts sounding more and more like reality. The key is to allow it to work its effects on you. You probably would have to repeat it over and over again until that association is made. Step number 2, actively police negative self-talk. Have you ever stubbed your toe and called yourself an idiot? Have you ever been embarrassed by people or you made a public mistake? In the back of your head, you're thinking, "I'm such a loser." Well, that is negative self-talk. You're just saying it to say it. If left unchecked, that will be your reality. You think you're a loser now? Well, wait until your negative affirmation kicks in and it becomes your hard reality. You have to nip this in the bud. Think of what you're saying to yourself on a day-to-day basis. Try to turn things around. For example, if you're constantly saying, "I have no chance with her," or "I suck at this," turn things around. Ask yourself questions. What do I need to do today to be 1% better than yesterday? How do I treat her today that will make her treat me better by 1% today? Something along those lines. When you ask these questions to yourself, you're asking for solutions. You're not condemning yourself to a certain reality. You're not saying to yourself, "You're a clown, you're a loser, nobody likes you." Instead, you're saying to yourself, "How do I tap my almost inexhaustible supply of imagination, resourcefulness, and cleverness to create a better reality for myself?" Ask yourself questions. The more open-ended, the better. You'd be surprised as to how quickly your mind fills in the details. Step number 3, avoid negative triggers. Make no mistake, The human mind is a very powerful association machine. It creates all sorts of positive associations. It also creates negative associations. If you know what your negative triggers are and that certain places, people, media, and other things bring out the negativity in you, it's your job to avoid those things. That's the bottom line. At first, start with avoidance. Eventually, once you have enough willpower and you have enough discipline, start turning those associations around. Still, you have to begin with avoidance. Step number 4, actively look for the best in things. I made this step the last one because it's the most difficult. However, it's also the most rewarding. Once you're able to achieve the steps above, actively look for the victory in everything you do. You will quickly realize that there are actually a lot of positive things happening around you. You only need to choose to become aware of them. It doesn't have to be big. They don't have to be overly dramatic. They just have to be real. Believe it or not, being able to wake up every single day with both your kidneys functioning is a great thing. If you don't believe me, wait until you develop kidney stones. They are not pleasant. Being able to breathe naturally is a blessing. If you don't believe me, just go to your nearby cancer ward and ask the local community coordinator to see if you can talk to and soothe people suffering from lung cancer. I know it may seem like a small comfort because you don't know where your rent money is going to come from. Your girlfriend just left you. Your boss is an idiot and overbearing dictator. But focus on the small things that are going right. Once you're able to notice that there are many things going right, your focus starts to change. And the more you focus on those, the more they grow. The more you become grateful. And once you're in that right frame of mind, it starts changing your ability to withstand the things that are not so positive in your life. That's how you get over. Surround yourself with individuals who are already self-disciplined. There's a lot of truth to the old saying, birds of a feather flock together. How come? Human beings are sponges. We soak up our surroundings. Part of the reason why you're having a tough time doing what you need to do when you need to do it is because you hang around with people who are always taking a shortcut. Worse yet, you may be hanging around with people who tell you that you can't do it. Your only option, as far as they're concerned, is to do exactly what they're doing. It's very hard to soar like an eagle when you choose to surround yourself with chickens, turkeys, and other fowl. You know what you're capable of. You know how high you can soar because you can dream that far. It really would be quite tragic when you choose to surround yourself with such small-minded people that they create some sort of motivation black hole for you. No matter how bright your dreams are, all their vibrancy in life gets sucked out by the negativity of people around you. All you can hear is, "You can't do it. I've tried and failed. Don't be like me." The worst part to all of this is the fact that oftentimes these people are our family members. How many times have your parents discouraged you? How many times have your cousins told you that you shouldn't even try? How many times have a well-intentioned uncle or aunt put you under their arms and told you that they sympathize with you, but you just don't have it in you? You have to understand that these people don't have it in for you. They want you to be happy. They want you to be content. They want good things for you. But the problem is they are so jaded, or they have been distorted by past mistakes and failures that they feel that they're doing you a favor by discouraging you. Deep down inside, they just don't want you to be disappointed as they are. Life let them down, and they'd be damned if they would let somebody they love, namely you, go through the same ordeal. Please understand that in most cases, it's love that motivates them. They don't want you to lose your resolve. They don't want you to lose your will. Instead, they just don't want you to get hurt. So, in their minds, the shortcut to that is to not try at all. You need to get out of that motivational black hole. You need to do it pronto. How do you do that? Surround yourself with people who have already achieved some of what you're trying to achieve. If you are at work, chances are 20% of the people there produce 80% of the results. Your job on day one is to find those people. Hang out with them. Sure, at first they probably would doubt you. They might even be very suspicious. But earn their trust. Get in their inner circle. Tell them, you have what I need. You are the winners in this organization. Sure, I'm wet behind the ears and I'm not tried, nor am I proven. But you can trust my sincerity that I am looking to learn from you. Besides the nice little ego boost, you appeal to the better angels of their nature because they know how hard it was to start out being nobody. They know how tough the process can be. If they can see your sincerity and the clear drive in your eyes to want to improve yourself, they see themselves in you. In fact, the very best ones would love to pay it forward. In other words, nobody was there for them to show them the ropes. But now that they have a chance to mentor somebody, they will jump at that chance. That shows you their real nature. So hang out with those people. Real coaches will not sugarcoat anything. They will tell you that it's rough, but they will also tell you that there is always a way out, and this means learning the lessons that you need to learn and just powering through until you achieve momentum. But people are not going to waste their time on you until you show them that you're willing to pay the price. This means hanging out with them. This means trying to make the effort to hang out with them. In fact, a lot of them will test you. They'll say to themselves, does this kid really want to be a top salesman in this organization? Let me bust his chops. Let me give him a hard time. You just need to get over this. Once you earn their trust and confidence, they will clue you in on the secret. Step-by-step guide to surrounding yourself with self-disciplined mentors. Step number 1, find the winners in your organization. By winners, I'm not talking about the CEO. I'm talking about mid-level people. Find them. They can always be found in any organization. Like I said, 20% of the people in any organization produce 80% of that organization's result. Find that 20%. Step number 2, prove your worth. Don't just hang out for social purposes. They know that people like that are leeches. They want the appearance of success, but are unwilling to do any of the work to achieve real success. Real successful people don't have time for such people. They're parasites. Since the most productive people in your organization, which one you are, don't be all that shocked if they try to test you. Maybe they'll give you an assignment. Maybe they'll try to work with you and test your chops. Whatever the case may be, get ready for the test. Be prepared to ace that exam. Step number 3, keep an open mind to critique so you are accountable. The worst thing that you can do is to have an ego. The worst thing that you can do when you're trying to learn from a mentor is to think that that person doesn't know what they're doing and that you're always right. I know this sounds crazy, but people do it all the time. They think that they're complete. They think that they figured everything out. So when somebody who actually has figured things out tries to mentor them, nothing sinks through. Everything is seen as some sort of offensive remark. People feel that they're being attacked. So they don't learn. You can't take this personally. You're the student. Act like one. You don't see a student go up to a professor and say, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. How would you know? You haven't read the book backwards and forwards. You haven't done the research. You haven't been asked to speak at hundreds of symposiums and conferences. You better shut up and sit down, because every time you open your mouth, you're not learning. It's much better to close your mouth and open your ears. The fact that you are shutting down your ego or setting aside pride is a self-discipline exercise in and of itself. Hey, let's face it, all of us want to be a prima donna. So all of us want the spotlight. But the problem is when you hog the spotlight and you try to put on a show, you're not learning. These people have what you're looking for, so allow yourself to learn. Conclusion. Self-discipline is a vital life skill. It is crucial to any kind of success. In fact, if you were to pick 3 top traits that will help ensure your success, self-discipline is one of them. Another one is grit or determination. The truth is, you can get that fantastic life you have dreamed all of your life for through self-discipline. You don't necessarily have to be the sharpest tool in the shed. You don't have to be born with a PhD. You don't have to be a rock star coming in through the door. With enough self-discipline, you will learn what you need to learn to do what you need to do for however long it takes to achieve the big things. The best part about self-discipline is you get a big picture view of the process. It humbles you. It doesn't turn you to some sort of prima donna who is continuously hungry for attention. This enables you to start looking at life as a series of techniques. Instead of seeing it as a series of humiliations that beat the life out of you, you start seeing life as a series of tests that bring out the best in you. Far from a scary fire that consumes people and produces excruciating pain, purifying fire refines people just as fire refines gold. When gold is passed through the fire, it becomes pure, it becomes bright, and its value shines out. This is the process of discipline. It's not painless by any stretch of the imagination, but it is necessary pain. I wish you nothing but the greatest success.